Hey Teresa, how you doing? Okay, so you are almost there. I mean, you are right. Where am I? Here we are. Okay, to my poster designs and feedback over submission the last week. So I'm looking forward to feedback, seeing what everyone else has come up with their final design for a poster. Okay, you're there. I mean, you're right there. I just have just a couple of comments, and I think they're going to make very good sense to you. So let me just get this guy in the window. Okay, cover looks fantastic. I think the cover's great. It really is. Now, there is one thing in the cover I think that's bothering me a little bit, and it has to do with typographic overshoot and some of the optical relationships that we've discussed and how we can kind of overcompensate or undercompensate or compensate for different illusions. Okay, one of the things is this, the alignment of this T. I think if I'm going to pull out let me see what I have to use here. I just want to grab, okay, I'm sorry, I should have had this up. Here we go. Okay, so I am just going to, I want to use this as a straight edge, and let's get to your poster right here. And I just want to grab that. Now, we're going to take that. Now, you can see you don't want to align that crossbar of the T with the outside serif of the H. And what you want to do is you want to try to align their stems. So if we take that, we can see that T is a little out of alignment. I'd like the stem of that T to be aligned with that H right there, which means the T is going to be pulled in a little bit, but the illusion is going to be that they're right in alignment, because right now this looks like it's a little out of alignment. Almost looks like a mistake. Teresa, I'm nitpicking here, but I'm just really, really wanting to get you to see what I'm talking about there. Let's jump to the back of the poster. I think the back is just fantastic. I just have just a couple comments. I mean, page mechanics is really solid. And you've worked your tail off on this, and I appreciate this, and it shows. So just fantastic work. Okay, a couple of things right here. Nobel, the kerning between N and O is really, I think the kerning on Nobel is kind of wide altogether, all the way around. I would close that down. I mean, that if you just take a look at that, it just almost looks like that N is just completely separated. So close down the kerning on Nobel, specifically the N and the O and the B. B and the E seems to be okay, but you'll reassess that once you close those spots down, those spaces down, and then reevaluate right there as well. Laureate, and maybe even a little bit loose on that, so check that, see how it looks once you adjust Nobel. Okay, right now I'm seeing good stuff here. I think that one area we can break the grid is right now this is a line, left a line here, and I know I had suggested that, but I'm going to pull that in a little bit, get it a little bit closer to the text itself. I think right now that kind of open space there is a little distracting, so let's make just a tighter connection between the image and the type by pulling this in a little bit, maybe right align it with the L, and then don't worry about the left align. It might break the grid, but that's perfectly fine. Okay, as far as the type goes, you've got some good consistency using italics for only titles. That's good. That's consistent. Good job there. One comment right here, that dash right there, that's an M dash. N as in Nancy. Keyboard shortcut is Option dash. Well, on a Mac. So Alt dash, I believe, on a PC. But check that. It's an N dash. And that looks like a regular dash. I'm not saying it is. It's hard to tell with the PDF rendering. But I believe that's an N regular dash. You want that an M dash. Okay. I'm just going through your type. Okay, this looks great. I think you did a fantastic. Something's bugging me right here. And there's there's one area right here, and this is something you really want to pay attention to with Justify Type. or center type. Well, justify. Well, you're justify with last line aligned left. And so justify type sometimes does some weird things with spacing, as we know. Looks like you've done a pretty good job with word spacing, but right there, that struggle right there, look how that tracking has really kind of squished that word together. And again, that is to accommodate for other spaces in your justified type setting. So just get in there and kern that out a little bit so that you get those G's away, get that G and L and that L and E, little space in there. Because right now, it's just really, really distracting. Almost looks like a mistake. And again, it's nothing that you did. It's just the way that the software is creating spaces to accommodate for that justified type. That's it. That's all I have. I think this is just gorgeous work. Fantastic job. Okay. I've really enjoyed having you in class. Now, this is not our first class together, and I certainly hope it's not our last. You're a model student. You really are, and I really appreciate the effort and the engagement, the level of engagement. And I'm going to close with just asking you to please take the course survey, the course evaluation. You should receive an email very soon regarding that end of session course evaluation. And I really am asking you to take that as I think it's really important for your voice to be heard as a student, and to allow you to give your opinions on how the class was held, the level of proficiency of your instructor, how engaging the class was, and just your general satisfaction of the way it was instructed and the way it was written. Really important stuff. Okay. Fantastic questions, comments, concerns, any of the above, please give me a holler. Thanks, Teresa.